Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the Tonya Harbin Real Estate Hour. Tonya Harbin, real estate, brokered by Real. For the next 30 minutes, we're going to talk real estate. We're going to talk how to buy, how to sell, how to get into your next investment, and how to improve your investment. The great American dream, and everything in between. So it just might be that we'll find out something about Tonya Harbin Real Estate, brokered by Real, and Tonya Harbin, we love her true. Oh, Tonya Harbin, oh yes we do. Good morning, Miss Tonya.
Good morning, Rudy.
Tonya, it was awesome. I love all the guests you bring in because they bring in a lot of, they bring in a feel and a vibe and a lot of positivity. So thank you for what you do for our community. I don't ever get a chance to tell you that. I know that when you come in, I never know who you're bringing in with you. Every morning it's somebody new and somebody that I learn from. So I'm getting an education here. I'm wondering if I'm going to get a bachelor's.
I mean, you might. You never know.
Tonya Harbin, Real Estate University.
That's right.
All right, Tonya. So neighborhoods are growing. They're blossoming. They're blooming. They're exploding. I don't even recognize Abilene, all right? So I drive down Buffalo Gap Road in that little patch by the mall, and I see that big wall, and I think I'm either in Houston or Dallas driving in one of those communities where they got the walls up in front of the... You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Does it not feel like that to you when you drive down there?
Yeah, I mean, and they've expanded it. I mean, yeah, it looks nice.
It looks, okay. So the traffic...
Lots of lanes.
Yeah, and some people will go from the very far right-hand lane, go 4 lanes to the left to make a left-hand turn. Or they'll be in the right-hand lane, the very far left-hand lane, to make a right-hand turn and go all the way across them.
I mean, we are talking about the area that was once called the New Mall of Abilene.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Remember when Westgate used to be here?
Oh, Westgate Mall. How fun was that?
Yes.
And it had a theater on the end of it. Remember that?
Exciting times.
A little radio station in the corner over there. I worked there. TGNY was there. Montgomery Ward's was there.
Oh, I forgot about Montgomery Ward's.
Yeah.
Goodness.
I bought my wife that I'm married to for over 40 years. I bought her first dishwasher. She had never owned a dishwasher up until I said, I have a credit card at Montgomery Ward's. Let's go buy you a dishwasher. And I bought her a dishwasher just to be a nice guy. She never had to wash dishes. Well, it's because she would ask me to wash dishes and I break them.
Oh.
And that's a secret, guys. If you'll break a glass or two, get away from the sink. You're not washing dishes ever again.
Yeah. It's just so neat to see all the, like how far Abilene has come.
What's going to happen to the mall?
The new Mall of Abilene to, now we have outdoor shopping centers and
yeah,
really
but
pretty.
The new Mall of Abilene is no longer the Mall of Abilene.
It's Hendricks.
Hendricks Medical Center.
But you know what? I think it's good too that Hendricks is there. I mean, just for the businesses that are in the mall. I mean, if I worked there, you know how much I like to walk, so I would probably mall walk during my lunch break.
Yeah, you would.
And you might stop at stores or eat there. So
that was a very nervous laugh. You'd be shopping, wouldn't you?
Probably.
All right. So, do you go shopping a lot when you go to the bigger cities? Find the big malls to walk?
I like to go and look. I mean, I try to buy as much local as I can.
Are you a hands-on type person? You have to get your hands on the product?
Sometimes. But I also buy stuff online.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
And that's buying local.
Yes. It is. Hey, local places have websites.
Yeah, they do.
You can shop and then you can click pick up.
Yeah. And they can even deliver it to your house.
Right.
My wife has taught me that trick, and I'm like, no, I'm not getting on the phone or my phone or my computer to do that. I'll just go to the store. I'll pick it up. I'll be right back, dear.
That's how my husband is, too.
Yeah, is he?
Mm-hmm.
You and I must be twin brothers.
Probably.
With that stated, we're growing. Where is a popular neighborhood in Abilene that's growing? Where do we need to build more houses? If I'm looking to invest and I want to invest in some property, we talked last week with the mayor, and he told us about some of the steps that you need to take. If I buy, let's say, 40 acres in this southwest part of town, and I want to turn it into a neighborhood, I got to get all kinds of permissions and stuff like that from the city. Where's another great place to build in Abilene? Do you know of any new secret places coming up?
I mean, people are starting to develop and build all over. You know, we've got people that are calling, wanting housing, you know, towards Hawley and Anson because of the AI Center, and they're wanting to buy houses for rentals. We've got people, you know, wanting to move out to Buffalo Gap or to Gymnet or to Clyde or, you know, just even in Abilene. The rental market is really doing really well right now.
Have you tried to rent a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house?
It's hard.
It is. And the cost, when you do find it, it's like astronomical. Do you think it'll ever come down?
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, with all the growth, I think it's, you know, probably going to stay steady or keep going up.
Well, I've talked to several people, especially over the past week, and, you know, Father's Day weekend, we were talking about, oh, we're looking for a house, or we wanting this. You think Tonya Harbin can help me? I'm just curious. You've got a lot of homes that you've got listed right now, do you not?
Mm-hmm, we do.
You don't want to give a number, do you? About how many homes do you have?
Oh, I mean, Amanda just said over 200.
Wait, that's nuts. You've got over 200 homes that...
Our team has that many listed, yes. We will
Wow. All right, and I bet you it's all over town.
Pray for Amanda.
Pray for Amanda. She needs it. Yeah.
And Caleb, they're always out taking pictures of houses and then, you know, coming back. Caleb's having to edit all the pictures. Amanda's having to get all the stuff in. I mean, it's a big process, and they do a great job.
In the past, and I understand that this weekend you're going to have open houses. You're back to open houses again because last weekend was Father's Day, and it was Amanda's idea. We closed on Mother's Day.
Yes, let's blame Amanda.
Yes, thanks, Amanda. I had to mow lawns and wash dishes and help my wife around the house and cook. Because it was Father's Day. All right, so now that we're past that, you're going to have open houses this weekend.
Yes.
Are there some popular neighborhoods that are really starting to take off? I know that there was one over there by the State Supported Living Center on Maple Street. That I think that place is... I see cars in nearly every driveway in that brand new neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, that's just super affordable housing. So, I mean, you can get a 4,000 square foot house for a little bit less than $300,000.
No way.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
How much room is in there?
Like 6 bedrooms, I think 4 or 5 baths, 2 or 3 living areas. I mean, they're really large houses, so.
My mouth is wide open.
It's affordable living. We also have a really great street. So, you know where Live Oak Golf Course is? Used to be Diamondback. So we had a builder that bought the whole street, and so you can live on the golf course. Those houses are around $315,000. Or across the street for just right under $300,000. But it's really pretty views. I mean, I think Live Oak Golf Course is a beautiful, beautiful golf course. And so it's so pretty whenever we go out there to do videos or redo pictures. But we've already sold several of the golf course side houses. I think there's one left that's almost finished.
Wow. So if you're looking for a home, like I've often said, I won't use anybody else but Tonya Harbin Real Estate, brokered by Real. She's honest, she's got integrity, and you will become a raving fan like me and the rest of the folks. You've even allowed me to help. We helped out, I don't know if you're aware of this, but a couple of weekends ago, I borrowed the Tonya Harbin Real Estate moving truck. I guess did I leave it okay condition, Amanda? Was it all right? All right.
I think you're going to have to buy us a new one.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm just kidding.
There were a lot of doctors that were moving out. They're moving out of the professional building because Hendricks has taken that over. And they said if you're not a Hendricks doctor, they can't practice out of there anymore because they need the hospital, it needs to expand it. With that said, a lot of these doctors had to move their filing cabinets where they keep all their files. I used the Tonya Harbin Real Estate moving truck to move their cabinets out for them one weekend. And that was... My wife volunteered me, and
well, that was so nice of
the
you.
doctors all said, "You really do know Tonya Harbin." I said, "Yes, I do," when they saw the big pink truck there. So thank you from all the doctors and all the patients now that know they got to go to the Vera West building now. It's moved over there, but you do a lot for our community. And one of the things I know that if you want to buy a house, you're connected with just about everybody. Is there somebody you're not connected to that we can, right here on the microphone, say something, give a shout out, and say, contact Tonya. You need to work with her.
I don't know.
We'll give you some thought because you brought with you the man with the plan, the man that can get you financed, get you taken care of from Envoy Mortgage. Is it Envoy or Envoy?
Envoy.
Envoy Mortgage. See, I put the T in there for you.
I like it. I like it.
Myrick Gloyna in the house on the mic, busting the move, kicking the light. This is where you rap. You want to buy a house, you got to see me.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Your interest rate's going to be below 3. And he's going, oh, no.
Yeah. I know. We need the edited version of that.
Yeah, we'll need to. That was just a joke. Hello? Is this thing on? You come in, you hear us talking about all this crazy stuff going on. What do you think is the craziest thing right here in Abilene? I mean, you're watching, you're not born but raised in Abilene, Texas since grade school, and here you are now, and I'm like asking you, what's changed in Abilene? What's got your attention?
I mean, I got to go with the AI facility. I mean, this thing, you drive north on Winters Freeway, and the skyline has changed. I mean, it's fantastic. And I mean, we've got a number of people that have been contacting us, folks that are making the move, people, especially a lot of the folks that are under this construction umbrella that are going to be working on this thing over the next few years. But yeah, it's crazy that, we're turn on the news and you hear Abilene, Texas being mentioned as the forefront of this new technology. It's crazy. And of course the wall on Buffalo Gap Road, but besides those two.
Oh, that thing heavy. But the other thing is you bring up a very... the wall of Abilene.
There was a lot of controversy when that was first built.
And then, was there?
Oh, people were mad about it, but I just, it's just like the bigger cities. I mean, you see them all over.
Oh, I can't wait to get, I'm going to one of these days go crawl over those and say, I made it to America! Do something like that. You're crazy. Probably get arrested. But have y'all heard the rumor that they're building an Empire State Building out there too? I just made that up, but because it's huge, that AI building. I'm like going, it's huge. It's real huge.
Well, they say however many square feet it is, it's it's an unbelievable number, but you don't really grab it until you see this thing. Or you are driving out, like we were heading to Lubbock a couple weeks ago, and as we were going out, it was early in the morning, and the line of contractors, as far as the vehicle, the skyline, you could see the line of cars coming down whatever that county road is that's coming across or going underneath the highway. I mean, it was as far as you could see as people were lined up in order to go make to go gain access to their work facility, not facility, but their work site. It was crazy.
Yeah, it is. So, Tonya, you actually happen to know a lot because you've been asking some questions of, and you asked the mayor. I'm going to say it. I'm like, wow, that girl's got some guts. So how many people are really going to be employed here? I mean, is it going to be like they're going to build it and only 20 people are going to be in the building? You asked, do you have any ideas? Has any of the politicians that you have conversed with shared with you how many people we might be having or telling you any of the ideas of?
I mean, they've just said probably, I think Heat said around 1,000 people would be full-time employed there.
Right.
I mean, a lot of it's just contractors that will be here for a while and then be gone.
Well,
unless other things come. I mean, there's all these rumors that other things are coming, so.
And we got some kind of a new store coming to town that we need to find out what it is.
They won't tell us. I think that's so rude.
I
mean, who are we going to tell? I mean, just the people listening.
What's that? The Outdoorsman? Or what is that? Not the fishing place, but one of them like big bass or...
Hey, I just wanted Costco or Trader Joe's. Or a Super Target. But I was told it's no to all of those.
It's going to be no to all of them.
It's something that men like too.
Yeah. What is it? Super Target?
I'm sure men like Super Target, but...
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I love sitting in the parking lot waiting.
There you go. I was getting ready to say it. Those lines are real straight on those parking spots.
Yeah, I love it. And sometimes you'll hear...
But anything that we get here is exciting. I remember when we first got Chili's.
Oh, I remember
and that was
day.
such a big deal. It was like our first franchise restaurant.
With skillet queso. That was like this big deal.
It was it was a huge deal. So it's just exciting to me that we're getting, all the different
And what was
things.
so cool is that it was so long ago, we'd go, I can order a beer with this?
Oh, yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. So you want a super target here?
Anything I think is fun. Anything that we can get will be exciting.
Myrick, you're a mortgage company, and I know that the great American dream is to own a home. And the interest rates have gone up, they've come down, the roller coaster has leveled off. Does it seem like you're on North and South First train now? It's straight, it's kind of leveled off?
As soon as I offer any certainty, there'll be uncertainty to come with that. But I think that it's in a good spot. We're in a good spot. No, is it the interest rates from COVID? No, but they're certainly they're fair numbers, and they allow people to still live within a good budget for a beautiful house, because we've got a lot of great houses out there.
I think if the interest rates ever drop below a 5, I guarantee you I'm locking in on 3 or 4 houses on that, because we just saw what happened, after COVID.
Yeah, COVID was nuts.
All right.
It was on a lot of different.
And that's what they're saying will happen too, whenever rates do go down, even to the low 5s, that it's going to be crazy.
Well, and that's what we've been, at least what I'm kind of telling with folks is to say, hey, listen, we're buying now to avoid the mad rush of what's coming. Because for the most part, there is a consensus belief that the interest rates are going to dip over this next however many months, years, short term. And at that point, it becomes extremely competitive again. And a lot of times these folks get left out because when it was in those COVID years, people were paying overvalue for these houses, and people were having to pay out of pocket. And so a lot of these folks that are first-time homebuyers or people that don't have just buckets of cash laying around, they were left out of being able to purchase at that time. So if you're able to make that move now, you always anticipate the refinance to come. And so again, you're avoiding that mad rush. You're avoiding 15 people bidding on the same house, pushing up to price points that are unrealistic and unsustainable. Is it a good time to buy? I think that's probably where we're going with that. And the answer is absolutely.
All right, check it out, envoymortgage.com, envoymortgage.com. Advice you have for first-time home buyers. We have a lot of folks that listen to this radio station and this radio show. A lot of them are moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas that can offer the advice to their children and their grandchildren who are wanting to be first-time home buyers. But let's go one step further, because I know that Envoy Mortgage has helped some of the folks that are wanting to retire, sit back and relax, and get out of that big old house and get something in. Empty house syndrome means I need to buy a new place for my bride. I'm gonna put her in a new house that's a lot smaller, and she doesn't have to be worried about cleaning 18 rooms. So, what advice do you have for anyone listening in that is looking to buy a home nowadays? The mortgage rates, are they hard to? Do you have to have a super high 800 credit score?
No, absolutely not. And my number one would be, call us. And that sounds pretty generic, but we're going to find the right loan for that person. So it's not a uniform across the board. This is what somebody does no matter what, right? So we're looking at their scenario, looking at what's best for them, and as a team, we're tailor-making, or not tailor-making that loan, but we're making that route for their home ownership, and we're making sure that we put them on the right home or the right loan. First-time home buyers, a lot of times the number one obstacle is down payment. There's plenty of down payment assistance programs that are out there, right? So we want to make sure we find the right one for the person that's downsizing. They may be selling that house, they're looking for this new house, like you said, so they don't have to keep up with all the old house. And they may have a ton of equity in that old house, but it may not be the best, make the most sense to take all that money and dump it into the new house, especially, again, depending on where the interest rates are and what investments they could potentially make with that equity that they're coming out of. Call us. We'll sit down, we'll figure out what's the best route.
Envoy Mortgage, 325-200-0471. That's 200-0471. Envoy Mortgage, or see them online, envoymortgage.com. Do you have to have like a certain, level before we call, or just give you a call?
No.
I'm talking about credit level, credit score. I may not have all the credit cards in the world, but I got one, and that's how I try to keep my credit score up.
Well, no, the credit score is, of course, that's important. That's part of the equation. But at the same time,
can you help me fix it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're not, this isn't going down like a credit repair, but credit repair is a lot of times going to cost. It's going to cost you money. Sometimes our advice, as far as free advice, is stuff from just years of experience of looking at it to say, hey, here's step one. This is how you get going in the right direction. Because again, everybody has to have a day one. And if you keep just going down that same route, nothing's ever going to change. So let somebody take a look at it that knows what they're doing and knows how to get you to, pull you across the finish line on being able to buy a house. I always tell folks, I guess it's almost 100% true, but I've always seen worse, right? And so, don't be scared, because a lot of times people, they're like, hey, we got skeletons in the closet. Everybody does. So just make that call. Let's sit down. Let's put it together. If you're already in position, fantastic. We hand you off to Tonya, and you guys are shopping that afternoon. If not, we're getting you going on the right track to where that conversation with Tonya, a real estate professional, that's happening in the near future.
What if you've had bankruptcy in the past?
Yeah, bankruptcy's caused a little bit of issues, but depending on the bankruptcy's discharge dates, again, without pulling people into the weeds, there are timelines that must elapse, but instead of trying to navigate that yourself, give us a call. I mean, that's something that we can help with.
Is there a timeline for bankruptcy, like 2 years, 5 years, 10 years?
So for FHA, which is a loan that just means it's insured by the government, HUD is who is behind it, Federal Housing Authority. So for them, they've got a 2-year time frame from the date of discharge. Now, as far as Chapter 13s are a little bit different depending on how those judges have these payment plans that work out. You can get by within 1 year of that discharge date. But again, it's kind of a case by case. It's instead of just sticking your head down and saying, I can't do this, get with somebody who can guide you and get you on there sooner than later.
So there's different chapters to bankruptcy.
Yes, sir.
That's okay. And if you have a question, 325-200-0471 or call Tonya Harbin. You're pretty good at that, aren't you? Giving advice to first-time home buyers?
Yes.
And if you've got a home you want to sell and you want to get away, what is your advice to me? I mean, I want to sell that big old, I'm tired of it. I got to mow 3 acres every week. It seems like the rain. Stop, Mother Nature. Oh, and my kids, why didn't you take all your stuff? You left it in my house. And now I've got a dumpster out there. This is the 3rd one that I'm filling up. I took out 19 bags of clothing, 19 trash bags, and not a one of those was mine or my wife's. Remember, I have 5 daughters and 3 sons in that big old house. What advice do you have for somebody wanting to buy a house, move out, move in? I
would say just call us and we can kind of help you on what you need to do in your current house. And, if you're worried about getting a mortgage, then, I would just tell you to go and sit down with Myrick, and that way he can kind of help you come up with a plan of what you need to do.
All right. So, yeah, but
I think some people are really scared, too, of their credit, and they don't even really know what their credit is.
Yeah.
I think credit, for some reason, is just a really scary thing. So, but I think if you just come in and, go over all the things that you have, then sometimes you might be surprised because you could really be approved for a loan.
All right. That's good.
And it could be easier than you think.
And I'm going to jump in on that because she's right. There are a lot of times where somebody comes in and they say, hey, listen, I've got terrible this, terrible that. And after we take a look at it, I'm like, hey, this isn't bad at all. This is actually, you're in pretty good shape. And so that, of course, they get a big smile on their face and they know that, hey, it's going to be easier than they thought. But don't talk yourself out of something that you haven't given a chance to yet.
And if you do have something, there's always, there's this thing called time. And so it's just, doing all the things that he says to do. And it may take a little bit of time if you have had bad credit or if you've been behind on something. But, just keep going.
Keep going. All right, well, I didn't know. I mean, because I asked my wife what our credit score, and she goes, oh, I can look it up on my phone. Is that a good idea to be doing on a regular basis, looking up your credit score every other week?
Well, some of those apps like Credit Karma's, it's not hurting you, but it isn't always a true reflection of what the mortgage banks are going to be using. Again, I'm going to bore people here, but there's algorithms and equations, and there's different identifiers that are going to say, hey, this is a mortgage pool, this is a consumer score. Those are good indicators on kind of trends on what's happening with your credit score. But again, I wouldn't fixate too much on what those scores are, because when the mortgage person takes a look at it, it is going to be a little bit different.
So it's different than what the credit bureau says, because now they do have, it says, like, this is what auto people think, this is what mortgage people think.
Yeah, even through Experian's
So
website, you know, those numbers are still vary from what we're actually seeing. It's usually it's a good indicator, and it's in the realm, but sometimes people will focus down to the point, and then they go, well, I have it as this, and it's like, 3 points off, and I'm like, well, first of all, it's not going to matter. 3 points is not going to kill you one way or the other. But second of all, is that, it's almost trying to, discuss like the Coca-Cola formula. Well, there's lots of people that have Coca-Cola, or knockoffs that's close, but it's not exactly. Again, that equation for the mortgage score is just a little bit different, and so therefore, reach out to somebody, let them take a look.
All right, so yeah, I had a 797, and it was 3 points off, and you rock. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know if that's even possible, is it?
Yeah, but 797s are fantastic, and we take those as well, I promise, if somebody comes in. But yeah.
What about people that are in the 600s?
Yeah, 600s are, we're those things is, I don't know how many folks as far as offhand with Tonya's buyers herself, but that is that's the majority of what the average.
That's where America lives.
Yeah,
I know, but I from so many people that call, they'll say, well, my credit score is low. It's in the 600s.
Oh yeah.
And I say, well, I think that's a good score, but talk to the lender.
Yeah, no, obviously, if on the 600s, if they've disputed every bad thing that's ever happened to them, okay, they're still going to give them some problems there. But as far as the number being in the 600s, no, those are loans that people are buying houses every day, first time, seventh time, and they're in those 600s. That shouldn't be a number that scares people off.
All right, so we learned something about that. 600 ain't a bad number, huh?
Nah.
It's in the 600s. Let's go. All right, if you're looking to buy, sell, or you're looking to invest, Tonya Harbin Real Estate, brokered by Real, is who you need to be getting a hold of. Want to know something about your credit score? Give Myrick Gloyna a call over at Envoy Mortgage, 325-200-0471. Or just reach out to Tonya Harbin Real Estate. You got some open houses this weekend. It's not Father's Day weekend, but you have open houses.
We do. We have lots of open houses, and they are on our Facebook page.
All right, Facebook at Tonya Harbin Team. That's Facebook at Tonya Harbin Team. Or better yet, you want to find out what your property is worth? Yes, I love this one. I go play with it all the time just to see if and it does fluctuate. I guess it's what's going on in the neighborhood, but nonetheless, you can put in your information, and that big pink button turns to green to find out what your property is worth. It's Tonya Harbin Real Estate, brokered by Real. She's the only real estate agent that I, Rudy Fearless Fernandez, will ever use, because I've used lots of other realtors and they're not as good as Tonya Harbin. She's got integrity, she's honest, and she takes care of her clients. Trust me. All right, if you want to get a hold of Tonya Harbin, TonyaHarbin.com, or Facebook at Tonya Harbin Team, and then or give her a call. But then you're gonna have to start packing, because you're gonna be moving soon. This is KYYW, Abilene, Texas.